Hey y'all, it's Cindy Tauchar, and I'm here with Around the Town in the South. I'm talking to Leigh Bailey today with Salad Days Produce, and it's raining outside, but we're not getting wet because we're inside, which is a really neat way to farm, I think. Tell us about how you got started with, well, first of all, tell us what this is. It's
Hydroponic farming, which means there is no soil involved. It's all grown in water. So all the produce is very clean. We do not use any harmful chemicals. It's all under roof, so you don't have the worry of a bird flying over and leaving an unwelcome deposit. So anyway, you can rest assured you're getting good, healthy produce. We got started almost 5 years ago, and we have been growing tomatoes and lettuce in this Flora, Mississippi area. We deliver all over Jackson. We have a couple of distributors that go as far as New Orleans with our produce. Yeah.
That's so neat. So this is like the ultimate organic.
Well, it's technically cannot be considered organic because if you don't have soil, you can't get an organic certification.
Oh.
Now we are non-GMO and we are chemical free, which most people, when they find that out, that's really what they want,
right,
is to make sure they're not getting harmful chemicals. And we don't use any manure in our fertilizer, so it's you don't have that risk of the E. coli and the salmonella that you do from manure base.
Okay. Well, that's just really neat.
Lots of good stuff about it.
Yeah. And what were you doing before this? You've been doing this 5 years. What was?
Well, my husband and I evidently had sort of a late life crisis, apparently, because we had major career changes. We were both real estate brokers for the other 30 years we were in business, and so this is quite a departure from that, but we've enjoyed it a lot, and it's been a good thing, a lot of work, but a good thing overall.
So did you ever think you would grow up to be a farmer?
I've always loved growing things. I've always had a backyard plot with some tomatoes, or I've always flower gardened and just been into all that. But on a scale of an 18,000 square foot greenhouse, no, I really did not picture that. So.
And the best thing about this, my personal favorite, is all winter long you can get fresh, like real tomatoes. Not like not grocery store produce, but it's just a difference
tomato
between
that tastes like a tomato.
Right, a red tomato, like a backyard tomato.
We have a lot of naysayers that until they actually taste one of our tomatoes, they'll say, "Oh, you can't grow a good tasting tomato in a greenhouse." But we've proved them wrong, and we have plenty of those people that now come every Saturday to our little market and buy tomatoes. So they're
well. And for Christmas last year, I gave my husband a case of tomatoes. He loves tomatoes, and in the winter you kind of just are having withdrawals. And so for Christmas, I gave him an entire case from here of tomatoes.
And y'all had BLTs for weeks.
Oh my God, it was like wonderful, and he shared them with me. But we also want to talk about there's a really big event that you are working on. Are you co-chair or?
I guess technically yes.
By default.
Yes, we're really excited about an event that's coming up on September the 13th, and it will be here in Flora at the Gin, which is right at the railroad crossing on Main Street in Flora. It's a great venue, and it's a collaboration of farmers, which will be us, and Two Dog Farms that's right next door to us, and then some other producers in this area. We'll have local honey, and we'll have local blueberries that I had to freeze, but we're bringing everything in from right here that we possibly can. Then the local chefs and the restaurants in this area are also they're gonna do one will do each course. So it's a 5-course dinner, wine pairings, live music. We're gonna have Mississippi blues legend Jimmy Duck Holmes there. So it's really gonna be fun, and it's all for such a great cause. We're raising money for the Vietnam Veterans Association, who is bringing the wall, the traveling memorial wall will be in Flora in the end of October. So this is raising money to bring that wall to Flora to benefit the veterans and for Vietnam's touched so many people, and I think it's just such a great thing and very moving and powerful from what I've been told. So.
Oh, I know. I would love to see that when it gets here. I've been to the one in Washington, D.C., and I know it's just very sobering. And I remember just because I guess the ages that we are, I just remember in school people wearing little POW bracelets, and that's just the war that we kind of was the closest to when I was small, just hearing about it.
Our generation.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I think that would be a great thing for people to be able to take their kids to, and thank you so much for doing this. Now, who is actually sponsoring the farm-to-table dinner that...
It is a little group we formed called the Greater Flora and Fauna Supper Club. And that is just anybody in Flora that's around the food world, whether you're a producer, farmer, chef, whatever, or just a foodie that wants to be involved. So that's kind of a loose little organization that's been formed to do this. And we, I don't know if we'll go on and do more of these in the future, but this is the inaugural event. And so we really hope everybody will come out. You can go to eventbrite.com, search for Flora events, and that's where tickets are available. And we sure hope y'all will come out and eat and drink and listen to music and have a grand old time with us on September 13th.
It sounds like a great time. Thank you so much for talking to me today, because it's the very last minute. I talked to her yesterday and said, hey, can I come talk to you?
Well, we're always glad to have somebody interested in good, healthy food.
Yeah, and such a fun event too, and for a good cause. So anyway, these little segments aren't possible without our sponsors, and so I want to thank Posh Bump Maternity for sponsoring this segment. If you have anybody in your life that's pregnant or is expecting to be pregnant soon, you need to keep Neela Gillespie at Posh Bump Maternity in mind. She has the cutest clothes for special occasions. She has great clothes to transition until you get back into your real clothes. But anyway, Posh Bump Maternity, we thank you for sponsoring this. And we'll be seeing you around the town.
Bye.
Bye.